Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just want to make sure that I don't have any interruptions this morning from the cell phone. Okay, so it's Monday. Happy Monday. I'm wondering if there's someone out there who is in a job search or career transition and experiencing rejection. That's what I'm here to talk about today. That is the message that comes to me today. Who is in a job search much longer than they care to be? Who's in that job search or career transition and can't figure out why things aren't turning around? Who is in that job search or career transition and feeling like it's just never going to end? And each time that you get a no, it's sort of like this chip, chip, chip away at your confidence, right? So I want to give it a minute to let the notifications go out that I am live today before I give you a couple of tidbits to begin your Monday, begin your week. And if you are watching or you do catch the replay, definitely let me know in the comments. Say hello or good morning or good evening, wherever you're located, so that I can come back and say hello and thank you for tuning in, because I do appreciate those who share their feedback with me, those who show up live, or those who watch the replay. I'm so excited to offer some more juicy nuggets this week. It's a beautiful day here in New York, a little bit windy, but bright and sunny. And I'm just going to jump right on in now. So, we're talking about, are you taking it personal? And are you taking it personal in your job search? Are you taking it personal in your career transition? And what this live talk this morning centers around is really rejection. It's really rejection. And so, again, where is rejection showing up for you in your life, career, specifically your career? How is rejection showing up for you, if it's showing up? And most importantly, how are you responding? Are you responding to it, or are you reacting to it? I completely understand. My name is Crystal Barrow. I'm a certified career coach. I'm helping prominent professional women like you navigate your career, your next career move. So that could involve the job search. It can involve a career transition, or it could just be leveling up right where you are, holding your hand, co-creating that action plan so that you can achieve results, find your voice again, find career fulfillment, have the life and the career that you've worked so hard for, right? So, with over 5+ years of career coaching, what I'm seeing time and time again are patterns when it comes to the job search and the career transition, specifically around rejection, because we know that rejection is a part of it, right? Hi, Kelly. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Have a blessed week as well. Yes, we know that rejection can be a part of a job search, a career transition. You can have rejection when you go for that raise or promotion, and it can show up other ways in our lives, right? Rejection goes across the board, but specifically talking about your career today, how do you show up and respond to rejection? And so, what I hear over and over again from my clients is that the negative self chatter, there's like this chipping away of the confidence, chipping away of the experience and skills that you do have. But when you're in the thick of it and you're getting the no's, no after no after no, it's hard to see, right? It's hard to see the forest for the trees. So, what I'm bringing to you today briefly is 3 ways in which to deal with the rejection. And I'd love to hear in the comments, if you're watching this, whether live or on the replay, how have you dealt with rejection? Are you currently dealing with rejection? And how do you plan on persevering through that rejection? All right. And so the 3 ways to deal with rejection that I want to offer you today is to retreat, reassess, and revise as needed. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Lydia. So good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. So, yeah, I want you, if you're experiencing rejection, to retreat, reassess, and revise as needed. Okay, so the first one is to retreat. This essentially means to step back. So, the roller coaster of the job search or career transition can certainly be, or even going for that promotion, right? Or that increase in salary, and you get the rejection, you're getting passed over time after time. It's time to, it's like a roller coaster, right? It's ups, downs, turns, dips, free fall, highs and lows, right? Chock full of different emotions. I know I was thinking about the last time I rode a roller coaster. It's been a long time, but certainly like getting on that roller coaster, it's like the anticipation. I'm nervous. I'm getting in the seat. I'm trying to make sure I'm secure, right? So we want security. We want, no uncertainty. We don't want any uncertainty around the safety and security of what we're about to embark on. We have nerves that can kick in, but there's also like this excitement, or else we wouldn't be on the line to get on the roller coaster. And why are there lines, right? We have excitement, nerves, we're downright scared. But we also know that there are people, because typically you're with someone, there are people around to support us. So it was just in thinking this morning about the job search and career transition, thinking about how analogous it is to the roller coaster, and just emotionally too. It's not just the physical feels like a full-time job, we know this, but also the emotional roller coaster that it can be, especially the longer that it takes, especially if you're getting that rejection. So when we talk about the first step of dealing with rejection is to retreat, you got to step back, right? You just want to step back and take a look. It's like looking at that document that you wrote or that email that you're about to send out. And sometimes we need to step back and we need someone else possibly to objectively look at what's going on, right? Look at the thing, look at the process, look at the journey, look at the efforts, so that we can then do step number two. Step number two is to reassess. So we need that objective reassessment of what the efforts are that you're taking in your search or in your career transition, especially if you're feeling like you're doing that definition of insanity, the same thing over and over and over again without a different result. Now, there can be, of course, that you're doing all the right things and you just time, right? It's a matter of time, a matter of the right fit, etc. There is that. But what I find most often is that people need to step back and people need to reassess. That retreat can also be, incorporating more self-care or getting back to your self-care routine, right? If you had one. And so as you reassess, this will allow you, right? If you do the retreat step in a way that serves you, it will allow you to better reassess what's going on, because you'll be clearing that mental clutter. You'll be feeling more energetic, positive energy around the situation, and you'll be perceiving the situation differently so that you could really accurately and objectively assess what's going on. But the reassessment has to happen. Now, here's where I find that people get stuck in the reassessment, though. One, if it's not objective, you're not really looking at what's working and what's not working, then you're just going to default to what you've been doing. And you'll figure out, oh, just give it more time. In fact, you'll be wasting time. It's not an effective use of your time. Or perhaps one of the other big things that happens with that reassessment is you start taking in more information. Now, the trick or the devil in that is that, because I love to get information. Information leads to informed decisions about your next step, right? You know that I always tell you that. However, if you're getting what you seek is what you will find, right? And so if you're getting a lot of information from a lot of different sources, one, it's going to be all jumbled up here. And what it does is actually feed and breed confusion and a lack of clarity. It becomes a crutch because now you get to say, I don't know what to do. I don't know which way to go. I don't know what step to take. When in fact, you really do. And you can, if you just clear the clutter and be focused and intentional steps. But what happens is you take in all this information and then you sit on the information. You sit on the information and you don't do anything with it, or you default to doing it the way that you were doing it. Even though you got new information, you're defaulting to the way that you were doing it before. So that the implementation and execution is off. And when that implementation and execution is off, that is where the journey gets longer. You get more of the no's, the rejection, which breeds, right, the lack of confidence. It starts chipping away at your confidence. Some people actually get stuck and don't do anything more. They get stuck right where they're at. And so it's important to step one, retreat. Step two, it allows you to reassess what it is that you're doing objectively with the goal of implementing and executing in a different way. We'll talk more about that. And then once you do that, step three, which is sort of in that implementation and execution phase, is to revise. So we want to retreat, reassess, and revise. When we revise, we're making substantive changes. We've done the assessment on what is working and what's not working. And now it's time to make change. It could be one thing, it could be more than one thing, but the idea is to make the change and stay firm on that change and try it a different way. So if you've joined me before for my Monday morning pep talks live, you'll know that the P.E.P for pep talks about perception, exploration, and planning. So with those three steps, right, to deal with the rejection in your job search or your career transition, or right leveling up right where you are, you want to retreat, reassess, and revise. And when you're doing this, when you're creating these steps, when you're taking these steps, you're doing it with a different perception of your situation. So I encourage you to wake up this Monday morning perceiving your circumstance, your situation in a different way than you have. If you've been feeling down, if you've been feeling like you're just getting rejection after rejection and all the no's and no yeses, or some yeses, but then it doesn't pan out, which can also feel sometimes worse, right? And so, how are you waking up this morning, this week, perceiving the situation or circumstance that you're in? It's more than half the battle. And then we've got to E for exploration of a different approach. This fits right in with the reassessment and the revising the plan as needed, right? Revising your approach. Think of one way that you can do something differently. And that's where someone objectively can help you determine what that thing will be. And then when you in the terms of the revised stage of dealing with rejection, think of the last P in PEP for pep talk, which is planning. When you revise, you're essentially planning the different way that you're going to tackle that job search or transition or ask for that promotion. Okay. I hope this is helpful to someone this morning. I brought to you the three ways that I say you can deal with rejection in your job search, career transition, or perhaps just leveling up right where you are. And these three ways of dealing with rejection can really help you across the board in your life, but specifically talking about those who are feeling that frustration, that lack of confidence, and are getting the no's after no after no in your job search or career transition. I wanted to offer you a pep talk today, this Monday. So feel free to share with me what resonated with you or your takeaways. Tell me about a time when you faced rejection and how you overcame that rejection. What did you do differently that helped you get over the hump? Hi, Batanya. You're very welcome. Good morning. Good morning. You're very welcome. Share with me your takeaways or what really resonates for you in the comments. And thank you for tuning in. I will come back to the comments to make sure that I tackle any questions that you might have or celebrate the wins that you have this week. I encourage you this week to do it differently. Wake up this morning, start it. Mondays are for fresh starts, a clean slate. And join me again next week, Monday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for your next Monday Morning Live pep talk with yours truly, Crystal Barrow. Have a good week. Bye-bye.